Hey everyone, about to do my first wash in a couple of weeks. If you remember back to my last video, I applied a fresh coat of Turtle Wax Pure Bead here on the passenger side of the car. I applied them to both wheels, right after doing a deep cleaning. And on the driver's side, I applied one of my favorites, which is Cerakote Wheel Sealant. Go back and watch that video if you haven't seen it, but I talked about really how the application processes were very similar. Both products go on super easy, don't leave any streaks or hazing or anything like that. Truly just wipe on, wipe off kind of products. So now it's been a couple of weeks. Like I said, about 2 weeks since I've washed the car. I've driven a little over 600 miles, something like that, 620 miles or something, you know. A lot of highway, a lot of around town, you know, just kind of normal driving for me, not doing anything different outside of my routine. And so really what I wanted to look at were, you know, how these two products held up, right? Does the water beading, you know, does the water still bead up on both of them? And how clean did they help keep the wheels? And when I go to wash them, is there any significant difference in feeling, right? You know, the Turtle Wax, you know, is gotten a bit of a reputation for being a little bit of a grabby product, and so I was curious if that grabbiness translates to a dirtier surface, right? Does that grabby feel cling on to dirt more than a slick surface would? So the reason I decided to compare these two products is because I know that the Cerakote wheel sealant is noticeably slick, and for me it has helped keep the wheels looking cleaner for longer. So I know the lighting isn't exactly the same on both sides of the car, so you're just gonna have to trust what I see. But these are the Turtle Wax Pure Bead side, and I can tell you for 2 weeks of driving, the number of miles I've driven, this looks pretty darn good. Way better than it would look without anything on it. So I'm pretty impressed with the way it's kept the wheel clean. If we go over to the side with the Cerakote, to my surprise, it actually looks dirtier. I know it really doesn't come across on camera, but it does look a little dirtier than the Pure Bead side of it does. So I haven't washed these yet. You may see a little water splashed on the car. It's been really hot, so I like to kind of get the pavement nice and wet. That kind of helps cool off the area around me, so I'm not just sitting here sweating the whole time. But what we're gonna do real quick is I've got some rinseless wash mixed up in a spray bottle. I've got O&R 256-1 in a spray bottle. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our O&R and we're just gonna wet a little section of the wheel right there. And we're going to take a fresh microfiber and we're just going to go from the inside of the spoke to the outside, just kind of one swipe, just like that. And that's what came off. Now if we go around to the other side, right, and we're going to wet down a similar section, flip our towel over to a clean section, and just give one swipe. So what's interesting, right? So there's what came off of the Cerakote side, and there's what came off of the Pure Bead side. Okay, I've got another fresh towel. I've thought about this a little bit more. You know, the wheels normally spin forward, right? And so in theory, the side of the spoke that should kind of collect the most dust is going to be, you know, the side that catches a lot of the forward rotation. That, you know, that's just theoretical, right? Wheels get dirty all over. We all know that. So what I'm going to make sure I do this time is, these are the back wheels. This is the Pure Bead side, the passenger side. I'm going to make sure and get a spoke, a longer spoke that is, you know, on the forward rotation side. And then we are going to go to the opposite side and make sure that we do the same thing, catching that forward rotation side. So we're going to just go right in there with our O&R, one swipe. So not a lot of dirt being held onto that surface. We're going to go around to the other side. So again, we want to make sure that we catch our forward rotating side, right? So that would be here. So I'm going to make sure and use a clean side of the towel. Just go right in there. No dwell time or anything like that. Clean side of our towel. Right. So that's pretty conclusive to me. That's about as good of a test as I can possibly do. Like I said, my eyes tell me that the Cerakote is holding on to more dirt and grime than the Pure Bead side, and the towel test kind of confirms that. Maybe a little inconclusive, but that's kind of what I'm seeing. So what does that really mean, right? Does that mean that a surface that is grabbier holds on to more dirt, less dirt, or it makes no difference, right? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. So I am going to continue washing the car, and then what I'm going to do at the end is I'm going to apply a coating of the Pure Bead, right? A layer of the Pure Bead on my front windshield. It is, it's time for me to kind of refresh the coating that's on there. So I've always just used good old Rain-X. It's served me well for a long time. It is, you know, it's kind of difficult to apply. It's not the easiest. It can get streaky and stuff like that. You have to wipe it multiple times. So we're going to try out Pure Bead on the glass next and just see how that works. So I'm going to go ahead and wash the car, and then I'll make another short clip when it is time to do the windshield. So I realize some of you guys might be curious about what I do to clean my wheels for a normal bucket wash. Real quick, this is just what I do. You know, I have a wheel bucket. I fill it, you know, about halfway full, about 2.5, 3 gallons, somewhere in that range. I'm not really, you know, measuring anything exactly. This is McGuire's Shampoo Plus. Ignore the labeling on here. It's just a generic bottle. I just do a quick squeeze, right? This is Road Warrior by Superior Products. And we do a quick squeeze in there, about an ounce of each, nothing crazy. Grab my hose. And boy, I did not prepare very well for this. And we foam it up. See how nicely that foams up? All right. Okay, so I just have a very generic foaming pump sprayer. I'm going to fill it up with some of that same solution. It's a bit much, don't need that much. And then I'm going to put the spray top on, and I do need 2 hands for this, so I'll be right back. Okay, I have my foamer lid tightened and primed, and I'm just going to foam the whole wheel with it. I'm nice and liberal with this stuff. Again, right, since these wheels are nice and sealed up and coated, right, I'm not too worried about stuff sticking to it. I shouldn't need an aggressive cleaner. You saw how easy that dirt and grime came off with the rinseless wash, right? So we are just getting some lubrication on there. So I use a good amount, right? And then I'll show you what I use to clean the wheels after I let that soak for just about a minute. Okay, we're back. I'm going to show you real quick how I clean these wheels. So this is just a really generic stiff bristle brush, nothing crazy. You know, these are low profile tires, so I like a really small brush to really minimize the damage of scraping it over the edge of the wheel. I'm just dunking it in my bucket. I have at least one video on my channel, guys, about the Cerakote tire sealant. That's my favorite tire sealant. It does a really good job of keeping the tires clean and keeping them from browning. Makes them much easier to clean. You see I'm not really scrubbing very hard, just kind of going around them a couple of times. All right, so I put that aside. I'll rinse out all my tools at the end before they go back in the bucket. All right, then I grab one of these. If you follow my channel, you might have seen me use this before. This is a microfiber, shower loofah. Not a name brand or anything. I just get these like, a pack of 6 off of Amazon. These to me are phenomenal for cleaning wheels. These are meant for your body, but they have a little foam inside, and then they have this noodle, microfiber or whatever. They're real soft. They're meant for your body, right? Nothing that's going to scratch this gloss black, right? But what I love about it is that it just conforms to all those little nooks and crannies, right? Really gets in there. Oh, sorry, bad camera work, right? Really gets in there and all those little nooks and crannies. Gets that wheel nice and clean, and I've never had any issues with scratching. All right, I know there's some debate around, should I do the face of the wheel first or the barrel first? I've never really found that it matters too much, honestly. I think as long as you're careful and use plenty of lubrication, you're not gonna have really any issues with scratching. I need to repair one more tool real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, this is another really inexpensive tool that I like to use. This is the SPTA wheel barrel brush. My car, comes stock with these brakes, that go right up against the wheel. And there's just not a lot of tools that are thin enough to really get between the caliper and the wheel. I've used a traditional wheel woolly, which are very popular. That won't even fit back here. But this like barrel blade type thing gets nice and deep in there and has no problem going between the caliper and the wheel. So I just go around real quick. Boom, boom. The inside of the barrel is not really coated with anything. It does have, like a spray and rinse sealant on it. I try to spray some of the NanoSkin supercharger up in there, and that seems to do a good enough job helping these barrels stay clean. So before I put everything back in the bucket, I am going to rinse these out, but that's really all I do for the wheels. I do also have some of these microfiber gloves. Again, these are just from Amazon. If you just search microfiber cleaning glove, you'll find them. They come in a bunch of different colors. I'll just dunk my hand in there, and then I'll just kind of use that to get behind the spokes. Again, you never see that area. I just like to do it, just to keep the grime and stuff from like really building up. But that is my wheel cleaning process. So let's rinse it real quick and see if there is any beading left after that from the Pure Bead. All right, and we're back. Let's see if Pure Bead survived. Give it a good rinse. Sorry for my terrible camera work today. So yeah, there's still some beading. I wouldn't call it nice and tight and round, but it's definitely there. I can see it, repelling the water a little bit. That actually looks pretty dry. I do use a blower when I dry the wheels. Let me just take that to it real quick and just see how easy this is to blow the water off. So that's pretty impressive. That's a dry wheel. That is a dry wheel. That's awesome. Okay, so beading isn't everything. That quick little blow dry got everything coated with the Pure Bead pretty nice and dry. That's pretty impressive. Okay, I am going to go do the same thing on the other side of the wheel, and then we'll test the water behavior there. So the next little clip will be of that. All right, this is the Cerakote side. I washed it, same wash process as the other side. We're gonna do our rinse. Okay, let's get in here. All right. Beading's hard to see. It's there, but I would say it's not as pronounced as the Turtle Wax side. I mean, honestly, neither one of them look like they're, brand newly, look as good as when they're newly applied, but there's still some protection there. I can tell it. I mean, that was just one wash. I would hope that protection still lasts. Let me grab my blower and we'll check that out. All right, here we go. Okay, I'll have to go back and kind of watch the video and stuff and see, but that to me felt like it took a little longer to dry. But it did get the wheel almost completely dry. Very little need to go back and do anything else with a towel. Of course, I've still got to wash the rest of the car, so, I'll have to dry those again after I wash the car, obviously, but I just kind of wanted to test that out. So here's my thoughts. I don't think you can really go wrong with either one, right? If you can get over the kind of grabbiness of the Turtle Wax Pure Bead, which to me isn't really all that obvious when you're washing, something that's coated with it, right? If you're using plenty of lubrication, plenty of soap, plenty of wheel cleaner, whatever it is you're using, right? That grabbiness, you won't feel it, right? If you're wiping, dry or semi-dry paint, yeah, you might feel it a little bit. But just during the wash process on something that's well lubricated, you're not going to notice that grabbiness at all. If you, got the Turtle Wax Pure Bead and you use that on your wheels, I think you'd be really happy with it compared to an uncoated, unsealed wheel. It's definitely better than no protection at all. And it's really easy to apply, which is always a plus. So I'm going to continue to test the longevity of this. I'll make some follow-up videos. I know that the Cerakote lasts about 3 months, so we're going to see how long the Pure Bead lasts before it needs to be reapplied. I am going to finish washing the car, and then we will do the Pure Bead on the front windshield. All right, hey guys, it was getting late, so I wanted to finish this up, and so after I dried the car, I applied the Pure Bead to the glass. It went on perfectly fine. I just put it on the front windshield because that was really the only part that needed it. I didn't do it on any of the side glass or anything, but it went on really easy. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to be testing it out, driving in the rain, washing the car, whatever happens, right? Just to compare it to some of the more like traditional windshield and glass coatings like Rain-X and Griots and things like that. It was super easy to apply, way easier than something like Rain-X. So as long as it doesn't make the wipers chatter and the rain rolls off like I've seen in some other videos, this may be my go-to replacement for glass sealants and things like that. So anyway, stay tuned for that. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions about any of the stuff that I did or any of the products I used, leave it in the comments. See you next time.